Hi, Susanna.
Hello, hello.
How are you?
I'm very good. I'm very good. I'm trying to speak slowly so that my Scottish accent is not too strong. So yes, I'm very good. Thank you.
It's a lovely accent. I love it. Tell me, where are you calling from?
I'm in the UK at the moment, so just south of London. We've been based here for about a year.
I was wondering, I'm going to go back to a couple of years ago. What was actually your first ever job?
Oh wow. My first ever job was probably when I was about 15 and I worked in a cafe.
Yeah.
That's my first real paid job.
Mm.
Um, and my first career move, let's call it that, was after I graduated. I went to work for a big Marks and Spencer supplier, like most people did in the 90s when they left college. It was a choice of you went to work for Arcadia or M&S, and I went to work for an M&S supplier, which was wonderful because it taught you a lot of basics. And I was a product manager. I started in ladies and men's accessories and worked in, there's a famous system at Marks and Spencer, so people know it's called T system. I worked in the TO1 and TO9 men's and ladies accessories in the home care department.
If there's any daily routine, how does your routine look like?
Wow. So the balance between getting the kids up for school and doing Zoom calls is a bit difficult. Yeah, so getting them up, getting them out of the house and hoping that nobody's forgot their swim kit or that, you know, their snack box so that you can get on at 8:30 and start having your business calls is the highlight of my day. Literally. And you know, when COVID hit and I was working from home a lot, at some point, you know, between myself, my two kids, my husband, all working from home, you would just end up with, you know, piles of plates and cups at the side of your desk because it was quite intense.
Mm-hmm.
And I know I spoke to a lot of people about that. They said, you know, when the lockdown hit, they didn't work less, they actually worked more.
Absolutely.
Just trying to get stuff done during the day. Yeah.
And looking back at your career and the steps that you've taken, what advice would you give someone else that would like to have a similar career as you?
I would strongly say, especially for females, that the more experience you can get outside of your home market, the better. Mm. And I think probably some of the regrets I would have would be not taking up opportunities working in Asia when I was younger. Mm-hmm. If you can get experience, particularly in the big markets, whether it's China or US or Germany, go for it. Mm-hmm. Because it allows you to learn the cultural differences and how you cover your consumers if you want to have a global career. And also, secondly, it gives you a more rounded aspect of how business is done, right? And I would strongly encourage try and get outside your home market. That's the big thing.
What is the best piece of advice that you ever received yourself?
Oh, I have something that's really ingrained in me. When I was a product manager in Levi's, so I was probably then about 25, 26, the head of marketing UK, who was a bit of a legend at the time, yeah, he said to me, you know, Suzanne, it's really important. You always have to think about how you brand yourself before you brand your brand. Mm. How do you brand yourself before you brand your brand? What type of brand do you want? And then my maiden name is Gallagher. What type of brand do you want Suzanne Gallagher to be seen as in the market? And it's really true, especially as we become more digitalized. Yep. Because you've got less opportunity for to have that personal contact and warmth moment. Yeah. So you have to be really clear how you want people to see you and perceive your brand. Mm-hmm. You can get that articulated really clearly, mm-hmm. even on a digital platform. Mm-hmm. But that was a legend. Roy, his name was. He was a bit of a guru at Levi's, and he told me that in a feedback session, which at the time I didn't really get it, but it's something that I've really kind of pushed on other people as I've got older. Yeah.
And what is the worst advice that someone has ever given you?
Oh God, change your accent. The number of times change your accent, or can you practice speaking English? And normally it's from European men.
That's so not done.
Not PC at all.
Exactly.
Yes, but you know, that's the worst piece of feedback I've ever had. And when I was younger, it used to really press my buttons, you know. But as I've got older, I'm like, nah, I'll figure it. But yeah, I've had that a lot.
Suzanne, it was lovely talking to you.
You too.
Really enjoyed this conversation, and stay safe.
Thank you very much.
See you soon.
You too. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.